Hello. I don't know why I did that. What's up, everyone? Today I would like to talk about what it means to be yourself. Um, a lot of times you'll hear people talking about being your true, authentic self. We must be our true, authentic self. We must fully express who we are, down to our every cell, to every single person we interact with, which is not actually true. Yes, it is important to be true to yourself and be authentic because when you do that, you will attract the people who are meant to be in your life. But that doesn't mean you are going to be the same person around every single person you interact with. You have variations of yourself that you display to different people you interact with because certain people require certain versions of your true authentic self to interact with. You're not going to act the same way you interact with your parents as you interact with your best friend. Maybe some people do that, but I would say most people are not acting like that. You're going to act a certain way around your parents, and you're going to act a certain way around your best friends and your friends. Because, let's face it, most people they sort of switch gears and turn off and on different filters of themselves around certain people. There's certain things that I'm not going to talk about with my parents because I know it's just going to cause an argument and really make our time together less enjoyable. But when I'm talking with my friends about it, it can either be a good debate or a deep conversation where we're enjoying each other's perspectives and trying to learn from one another and understand that, you know, we'll still be friends even if we may disagree on something because we've built that relationship and comfortability um, with each other's presence. Just like, when you're dealing with, the general population and people you don't know, you're not acting like, you know, how you would around your friends. You have some filters up, some, preservation. Um, Again, not everybody's acting like this, but most people do that. Most people act, try to be, well, you should be trying to be cordial with everybody, but especially around like people you don't know, you're trying to just be compassionate, kind. You're not dropping your whole life story on, strangers, or getting into deep conversations. Most of the time, that can happen, but that normally there's a surface level to that too, and then you get into those deeper interactions. Um, and I think it's important to have these different variations of yourself and how you interact with other people because it allows you to preserve your energy and not allow your energy to leak in certain ways. If you're just being your full self to everybody, that can be a lot of energy that doesn't always need to be displaced um, in certain areas of your life. You can be more dialed in with how you are choosing to interact with certain people and learning which preferences of your characteristics um, mesh well um, with different groups of people that you interact with on your daily life. And that's not doing this is not negating that you're not being your true self. All those different aspects of yourself are part of your true authentic self. It's just you don't need to, you know, let's just say sometimes you can be way more silly and maybe over the top ridiculous with certain friends, and then when you're talking to, someone you're doing business with, you're not necessarily going to be like super silly and over the top and like unhinged. You're probably going to be a little more, what's the word, focused and like serious, maybe a little more serious, professional, um, and kind of to the point. Um, Maybe if you're comfortable with this person, you've been doing business with them for a while, then maybe you can start to show that other side of you, a little more silliness and, putting, revealing jokes and whatnot. But there's degrees to it, to how you interact with people. The more comfortable you are with people, the more you get to know someone, the more aspects of your personality and characteristics you can share with that person. Um, if you're in a romantic and intimate relationship, that's probably when you're going to be showing, you know, most of yourself, if not your full self, with that other person, so you can truly mirror each other and grow and develop and expand um, your consciousness and your personalities and evolve and adapt to each other and really know the ins and outs so you can grow. Um, but again, like that's someone you're very deeply involved with. Someone you're interacting with every day to day. So of course they're going to understand you on a very deep level and know all your quirks and basically how you function as a human being. When you're around someone a long time, you really understand their functionality. Um, but when you don't know someone that well, you have an idea of maybe how they function, but there's certain aspects that they may be hiding from you. And you don't need to know everything. You just need to know the certain things of how that interaction between you and the other person um, operate. So yeah, this idea that you need to fully express who you are and be your true authentic selves to each and every person you interact with, I think is a false narrative. I think there's different aspects of yourself that you display to different people depending on how you interact with that person and how involved they are in your life and how involved you are in their life. And yeah, they can, it can become more or less depending on, the involvement in each other's lives. So I think that's kind of it. And all I have to say, this was just on my mind and I wanted to speak to it. Um, I think it's a very human thing and something not really talked about, but kind of talked about, like with the be your true authentic self. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think about this topic in the comments. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll be back with more videos at another time. Hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Adios.